Hello, my friends. It is week 3 of our Slowdown series, and this week we are planning together for the new year. So last week we made our vision boards and we also set some soft intentions for 2025. Now we're going to take all of those ideas and put them into an organized, gentle system to hold us accountable and to just keep those goals front of mind. This is my favorite video to do because it really helps hold us accountable. For this video, I'm using my Design Your Year Notion template. This is the system that I've used for the past, I want to say 4 years now. It just works. It really does, and that's why I come back to it time and time again. It's also our best-selling Notion template. I think we've sold over 6,000 templates. Anyways, very, very proud of this product because it really truly helps people set goals and achieve them, but also in like a fun, aesthetic Notion, you know, that kind of way, not just like hard, rigid goals. I also want to thank Notion for sponsoring this video. They are so amazing to work with. Honestly, they're my favorite partner. Can I publicly say that? They are. They just let creators do their thing, and they also make it so easy for creators to make their own templates. So if you have been wanting to create and sell your own Notion templates, you can check out Marketplace, which they launched this year, and they make it so easy for you to upload and sell your own creations. The checkout process is super smooth. It's nice because you can more easily be discovered. It's really easy to update the thumbnail images. Like, it's just so great, and I have my templates on there as well. So make sure to check out Notion's Marketplace. I'll link all the information down below. Something else I also wanted to celebrate is that I have been making my own Notion templates and selling them since May of 2021, and to date, we have sold over 10,000 templates, which is just insane to think about. I am so grateful for y'all's support. I love creating templates for you all. I'm also in the process of making a template for expecting moms. So if you are an expecting mom or a current mom, new mom, seasoned mom, and you are looking for new templates to help you stay organized, let me know in the comments what would be most helpful for you, because I really have a lot of ideas buzzing around and I want to act on them in the new year. So that'll be one of my goals for sure. All right, and now for this week's giveaway, I'll be giving away any one of my templates, winner's pick. So make sure to check out all the information linked in the description. If you want to opt into the giveaway, you have to opt into our Slowdown series. We're gonna be choosing our winner through that email list. So don't forget to sign up, and I think that's it. So much housekeeping, but I just wanna make sure you guys can get in on all the fun things that we have going on. Let's hop into my computer and do a little screen share as we do each year. And I'm gonna walk you through my goals for 2025, as well as do a recap of my goals from last year, see how we did. Okay, this is mom life. I was able to film the intro of this video while Andrew and Kira went for a little walk, but now Andrew's heading back to work. Kira seems a little sleepy, so I'm just gonna wear her for this so that way I can film our entire thing. And hopefully she sleeps really well. I hope you don't mind if I have my little girl with me. So this will be my first time doing a plan with me video screen share standing up. First times for everything. Now let's plan our year. Welcome in. This is my Notion yearly plans and goals. Again, this is my Design Your Year Notion Pack. Let's see if I can walk you through all of this, all while Kira is asleep. My word of the year for 2025 is bloom. So I'm gonna put that there. I added a cute little emoji. I also have our vision board that we made in the last video uploaded here. I like to put my vision board in places that I'm gonna look at often, and that is Notion. That is my iPad lock screen. So I always pick a word of the year, and then I'm going to paste in the definition here. I really love all 3 of these definitions, and I really feel like it embodies how I want to head into 2025. So bloom is a state of thriving, often after a period of growth or transformation. I feel like right now I am in the thick of transformation, and I just imagine 2025 to be the year that I bloom. I also love that it says blooming is the process of unfolding, revealing inner beauty, or reaching one's full potential. That really resonates because it's just crazy. I feel like I was meant to be Kira's mom, and I'm meant to enter this new era of me. I know I keep saying that. I feel like I'm becoming who I was always meant to be. It's just a really cool process. And then lastly, to bloom is a vibrant display of energy, color, or vitality in life's most ordinary moments, which yes to all of these. So pick your word of the year, paste it in somewhere that resonates resonates. All three of these resonate with me, so we're gonna go with it. So now I'm just gonna go and brain dump all of the goals that I can think of for this year. And don't worry, I'm gonna show you my 2024 goals so we can review that towards the end, but I'm gonna just jump right in and start to brain dump. So feel free to put this video on in the background as you brain dump your goals as well. Now that I've brain dumped all of the goals, and maybe there's some more I'm gonna add to it later, but actually this is a lot more goals than I had last year. I wanted to keep it really simple, and this year, I don't know, I'm just kind of feeling like I'm buzzing with new energy, and obviously I wanna make it doable and fun. If at any point these goals aren't resonating, it's really easy to just be like, I'm gonna push that to next year, or I'm gonna drop this goal completely. And that's what I love so much about digital planning, is because it's flexible, and goal setting should be something that's exciting and not just like, another to-do list. For example, if it felt like a big chore to create my pregnancy Notion template, then I would drop it. But I'm like genuinely excited to create that product for people, and I think it's gonna help a lot of you, so I really want to get that done. This is yours. So make it exciting and inspiring. Okay, so now that I wrote my goals, I also like to put emojis next to each one just to make it more visually appealing and fun to look at. I'm now gonna go through and categorize goals, whether they're professional or personal or goals that I share with Andrew. Just go through and categorize. So looking at this, I have a pretty good mix of both professional and personal goals, and goals shared with my husband, family, and now I'm going to decide when I want to focus on those goals. I find that when I break each goal down into a different quarter, then I can kind of put my blinders on and not worry about what goal I have set in Q3. Like I can just focus on Q1 and then Q2 and so on. As I assign a date to these, I also kind of just want to share some of the goals that I have. I only have 3 professional goals this year, and that's because I really just want to focus on my book. I have been working on writing a book. I have signed with a lit agent, and in January, we're supposed to be sending out a proposal. I didn't know how much of the process I wanted to share because it's kind of vulnerable to, put it out there that I'm writing a book, because like what happens if publisher doesn't like it and doesn't want to pick it up? I decided I'd rather take you all along with the process, even if it doesn't work out, or at least if it doesn't work out in the way that I imagine it to. But I'm trying to fully embody that I am gonna get my dream book deal, and it's gonna happen because I'm working really hard on it. I believe so deeply in my concept, and I really just want to make this happen. So I'm gonna say Q1 getting that book deal. Based off of what I've chatted with my lit agent on, that is a very doable time frame. The next professional goal that I want to work on is my pregnancy Notion template. I wanted to get that done this year, but obviously busy. Got a lot of great things happening that this kind of got pushed further and further back. So I'm also gonna put that as a Q1 goal. For a personal goal, I wanna go back to basics and just really simplify my wardrobe, especially with postpartum and just feeling like my style is changing. I really just wanna build a capsule wardrobe for both me and Kira. I've started to kind of figure out what I like to put on her, and I don't care if people think I'm like a sad beige girl or whatever, but like I love getting clothes that I can mix and match for myself and for Kira. So I'll get like a bunch of cute bodysuits with different prints, but they're all similar color palettes, so it matches really well with the pants and the different layers and cardigans or whatever. So it just makes laundry a lot easier when I can just rewear. We're gonna say Q1 because I want to reduce laundry ASAP. Next goal is to spend 2 months in Korea with my family, with Andrew and Kira. That would be a big flight for her. That's definitely not going to be her first flight. We're not going to jump right in and be like, oh, 12-hour flight, let's go. We'll do some smaller trips. Before then, Andrew still has 3 months left of paternity leave. So we took the first 3 months when she was born, and now we're gonna take the next 3 months sometime in the new year. So I think that's probably gonna be Q3. I really wanna go and see the leaves change. So that's what I'm putting out there. I wanna celebrate Kira's 1 year, putting that in July. Obviously, Kira's not gonna remember her 1 year birthday, but I am gonna remember. My mom is gonna remember. I feel like it's not just a celebration for Kira turning 1 year, but it's also a celebration for parents to celebrate. They've been parents for a year and it's going well, and you just gotta celebrate the wins and the milestones. And yeah, I just wanna make it big and fun. And I've never really thrown a big party or put much thought into a birthday party ever in my life. And I just think it'd be really, really fun to just see all of our family and friends in one place and just make it super, super fun. So that is gonna be another goal. I wanna catch up and maintain Kira's baby book with milestones. I'm gonna put that for Q1 because I feel like the longer I keep putting it off, I'm just gonna forget. And I really don't wanna look back and not have documented when she first started rolling, started crawling. Like, I really want to jot that down. I wanna create new family traditions that are our own to make the season more special. So I'll just put that Q4 because we'll do things throughout the year. But something that we have done every year is dehydrate oranges that we string up on our tree. So I feel like that's one tradition that feels like something that's fun for us to do. And when Kira gets older, she can help me stringing the oranges and like putting it on the tree. So that's just a fun tradition. Professionally, I want to define a more sustainable work from home schedule with very clear on and off days and times. Right now, I have help from my mom twice a week, and that's landing on Mondays and Wednesdays. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, I try to go out because I'm not really gonna get much work done on those days anyway. So I'd rather just be out and about until Andrew gets off work, and then I will start working. Honestly, I do not like the feeling of working after 5 p.m. Like, it just doesn't feel good. I used to do that a lot. I want to spend as much time with Kira, especially in these early years, as possible. And so I want to think through a more sustainable schedule. Right now, I feel like my output is almost similar to the output pre-Kira. And that means like I'm still getting a lot done, but it's not feeling good or sustainable. So we're going to put that as Q1 focus. I got a lot of Q1 goals. I feel like this happens every year where most of my goals are like boom, 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 focus on it right away. And then it kind of slows down for the rest of the goals. Another Q1 goal would be to create a better system for managing household chores. If you watched last year's video, I had a very similar goal and I did actually accomplish it, and it worked super, super well. So now that I have baby in the mix, and I'm starting to understand our schedule a little bit more. We don't necessarily have a schedule, but we have a routine, if that makes sense. But I think by having dedicated days for certain household tasks, that will just make me feel like, okay, not every day is a free-for-all. I don't have to feel guilty about doing laundry today because that is not what today is, and I can just put that to rest. Whenever I create this system, I always put it in my Google Calendar, and I just put it as like an all-day recurring task. So these are things like, I have a day for washing sheets. I have a day for my personal laundry. Andrew has a day for doing his personal laundry. Other tasks are like, when are we gonna grocery shop, and what days for meal planning. So I'm gonna put that as Q1. And then that kind of brings me to my next goal, which is improve our planning for meals and maybe just outsource meals again, because I did have meals that I was outsourcing postpartum. And honestly, if I could just continue with that forever, that would be great. And we did work it into our budget. Like, it saved us so much time that it felt very much worth it. So another Q1 goal, more mom community. I have so many amazing mom friends, and I would love for those mom friends to meet each other. I want to go on walks together. And I also love the idea of organizing a baby items swap. I don't know, like, babies grow out of things so quickly, and would be really fun to get moms together and bring your gently used baby items and swap. I'm gonna put that for Q2 because I've got enough on my plate for Q1. Study Korean weekly. I have kind of already started this, but I'm gonna put Q2 because life. Read at least 20 books. I'm putting that for Q4. I set a goal to read 25 books last year, and I'm like 2 books away from that goal. Definitely gonna reach it. Knowing how life is right now, it's not as easy for me to just sit down and read unless it's like right before bed. I think I could realistically read 20 books. So I'm just gonna put that for Q4. Mom life, I had to wait until Andrew was off work to finish this video. Now that you have written out your goals, we're gonna go through and break them down into supporting actions. I like to think of supporting actions as just like more high level actions you need to take to help achieve this goal. And then from there, you can break it down into smaller micro tasks, which I'll show you in a bit. But I'm just gonna go through and pick a couple that are more of a bigger goal that requires a lot more steps. That way, for my brain at least, it helps me be able to compartmentalize and break it down so that way I can actually achieve the goal. This is where our template, I think, really shines because it's not just a list of goals anymore. It's now a system that's then breaking it down into smaller attainable tasks. Then it's something that's digestible and doable month by month, week by week, however you decide to break it down. Let's start with launch my pregnancy Notion template. I'm gonna open up this goal, I'm gonna click new goal, and this is a template that's already created within Design Your Year. And I like to just go through and fill this out just to like help me really connect to why I'm even making this goal in the first place. My why behind this goal is to help moms get organized, feel less overwhelmed, and have more resources to support their journey. And then my vision manifestation for this goal. So this is where you can kind of think of what would this look like if this was a success. So I'm gonna be really specific here. I envision thousands of moms to be purchasing my template, loving it, and we get raving feedback, which opens new avenues for us to create more templates in the future in this motherhood niche. Next, we're gonna write down supporting action. So for this goal, I just have a few things that I need to do to really get it done. So it's not really gonna make sense to you, but it'll make sense to me. So I have to clean it up. Right now, the template is just all over the place. It doesn't look very visually appealing. I need to finalize the content. I just have so many ideas and things that I use during pregnancy, but I also just kind of dropped it all in there and it's not very organized. And so I need to finalize what's actually helpful. And a part of finalizing it, I will need to test it out with moms. For every template that I create, I always test it with a group of people. And usually it's people who are subscribed to my Slow Brew Sunday newsletter. I'll reach out that way and ask if anyone wants to test it for me, and I'll send them the template for free and they give me feedback. And that's how I make sure that I'm creating something that's a helpful resource. Let me know if you are interested in testing out my Notion template for moms. And then I'm going to do a due date, which I'm just going to put in January because I am determined to get this done. And then property, you just want to select the goal that it links to just so that connection is made in your template. So now I got my supporting actions and I'm just gonna go through and just fill this out for a couple more. My motivation behind wanting to define a more sustainable work from home schedule is so that I can be even more present in the off hours. When I am working, I want to be super impactful with the work that I do. There's no more just like floating through my day. Like I need to be intentional. If I'm going to be at my desk, it needs to be for a good reason. Otherwise, I don't want to be here. I want to be spending time with my daughter. That is the most clarity I've really ever felt with work, where it's like, okay, my time is limited. I'm not going to spend time doing things that really are not a hell yes. And because I'm running my business, like a lot of things come through the pipeline and I have to be the one to decide, is this worth my time? Is this not worth my time? Am I spending my time doing something that's actually making an impact, or am I just kind of like trying to keep up with other people around me? So I want to be super, super intentional, because when I'm not working, I just want to be full on focusing time with Kira, which is the most important thing in the world to me, being present with my family. So for this, I'm going to make sure that it is only showing supporting actions that are specific for this goal. All of this is explained in the template, so don't worry. And if you ever have an issue or are ever confused about our templates, send us an email. We're always happy to do like a Loom screen share video for you. Okay, so some supporting actions to really make this a more sustainable work schedule is decide which days I am working and which days I have help. And that's happening in January. Like, I feel like every week's been kind of like ebbing and flowing and it changes, and my mom needs to know up front. I need to test it out. How many hours am I actually working when I'm on? Time it. The hours doesn't really matter, but I'm just really curious. Like, with my current output, how much time am I actually spending doing these things? I get interrupted a lot. So actually that brings me to another supporting action, which would be to work out of a coffee shop for as much admin as possible. You know, naturally in this field, things kind of blend together, but I really want to be able to focus when I need to focus. That way I can get done quicker and come back to my home and be where I want to be. I'm gonna go through and just finish defining a couple more of these. So I feel like just those three are the ones that kind of have more specific breakdowns. Maybe I'll go back and build it out later, but now we're gonna dive into quarterly goals. So this to me is such a great way to be able to see what goals we're working on at a time. So I can see right here, these are our Q1 2025 goals. Here is our Q2, Q3, and Q4. I like to see it separated like this because then I can just focus on these goals at a time and it doesn't feel overwhelming. It's something that feels more attainable and achievable. So up top, we have our goals for Q1. Then we have more of the high level actions that we're gonna need to take. And then down here, if you have more micro tasks, more granular things that you would actually need to add to your to-do list, you could write it down in here. And that way it would show up in your weekly planning dashboard. So that is right here, your weekly planning. So for me, I don't really use the weekly planning dashboard anymore just because I collaborate on tasks with my team. I still love that we have this as part of the template because I wanted to really kind of support you through all the different thought processes when it comes to goal setting and planning. So just to recap, these are my 2025 goals. I am gonna just kind of change the status on some of these. That way I can really see like what's actually getting some attention. You can see these are the in progress goals, goals with Andrew, all the goals. And then once you start seeing things being completed, it's just really satisfying to see all of them turn to green. So speaking of completed goals, let's talk about 2024. I will walk you through my goals set last year and let's see how I did. All right, this is my 2024 goals and it's honestly just feels really special because I was pregnant at the time when I was recording those goals and I hadn't announced it yet. Last year, my word of the year was harmony. I just wanted to cultivate a really calming inner home, outer home, and I really feel like I did that. I had a very positive pregnancy, birth experience. So I said that I wanted to experiment with 5-hour work days and be off on Fridays. And I did that because I knew I was gonna have a baby and my relationship with work was gonna change and the amount of time I can put into it was gonna change. And I did that. I really slimmed things down. I was off most Fridays and yeah, it ended up being about 5-hour work days. And then the next thing was to simplify my biz. I haven't really talked about this publicly yet, but we decided to absorb Homebody. So Homebodies was my sister shop where I had digital journals and planners. The Biz Notion journal that you saw in the last video is now part of the Jules Acree hub. Here's my new site. A lot of new colors, just very fresh, but this is just a cleaner, easier to maintain website. So you can shop and it'll take you to the Shopify of the site. You can see all of my templates here, design your year, which is what we're planning in now, down to biz, my business Notion Pack, Nourish Notes. Yeah, anyways, you can check out all my products here. It's definitely what I had envisioned when I said I wanted to simplify my biz. I said I wanted to create a better chores system. So like I did that and it worked out really well, but now I had a baby, things are changing. So we're gonna redo that again. I set a goal to walk every day, 15 to 20 minutes at least. And I'm so proud of that. I did that while I was pregnant. And now that baby is out out of the womb, I am more active now without really trying than I ever was before, which I think is really great for me and my mental health. But yeah, I end up getting close to 10,000 steps a day without even blinking, and I love that. Those are some of my completed goals. As you can see, like I completed most of them. The 2 in progress are to read at least 25 books, which I'm definitely going to complete literally in the next week, and reach 100K email subs. I am not going to reach that this year. So I think that's also important to note. You know, like we set goals and we don't always reach them, and that's okay. Like I'm still growing in our email list, but I don't even know if we'll reach it next year because that's a big jump from like 80K to 100K. So I don't know. What was the point of having 100K email subs? I don't know. To have them? Yeah. We already have such a strong community and I'm very grateful for it. And obviously the more people we can reach, that's great, but that's just not a goal that I'm setting for this new year. So those were my goals last year. Pretty simple actually. All right, friends, that was so much fun. Thank you for goal setting and planning with me. I really hope that this next year brings you an abundance of everything that you desire. And just remember that goals are flexible. The system is here to support you. It's not meant to cause you more stress. It's not meant to add more to your plate. It's really supposed to just help you embody the year that you want to have. So just have some more compassion for yourself, and I'll be here cheering for you along the way. Let me know in the comments what your word of the year is, what goals you're setting, what you're excited to do this new year. And also, thanks to Notion again for sponsoring this video. Thanks for supporting creators like me. And also check the link in the description for all of the challenge and giveaway deets and information, because I would love for you all to enter and win. We have 4 different prizes that you can win. So stay tuned for next week for week 4 of the Slow Down series. I'll be leading you through a guided meditation, a fresh start meditation. I'm so excited to get back to doing that because I really enjoy creating meditations for you guys. I hope you like it too. We have a really awesome giveaway with Athleta. So stay tuned for next week and I will see you all then. Happy planning.